Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 11 strategies to help you increase your life expectancy. Coming up. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ernesto, and in this video I'm going to give you 11 strategies on how you can increase your life expectancy. Strategy number 1. Get a partner, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife, whatever. Not having a partner increases your risk for mortality by 32%. Now remember, humans are social animals, so we need someone to reflect off from, to talk to comfort us, to cook for us, to hug us, to give us love and affection, someone we can talk to and unload psychologically. All these things are going to help your overall strength improve. So if you don't have a partner, getting a partner is the first strategy to helping increase your life expectancy. Strategy number 2, get more activity. People are becoming more and more sedentary. So the more you sit, the higher risk of mortality. So to quantify that for you, if you sit at least 3 hours a day, you're shaving 2 years off your life expectancy. If you're sitting at least 11 hours a day, which is actually very common now during driving, watching TV, working at a desk, etc., it's easy to get to 11 hours. You're going to increase your risk of mortality by 40%. So definitely avoid sitting for long periods of time. No matter what you're doing, make it a rule that you get up every 50 minutes and move for about 10 minutes every hour, whether you're at work or you're watching TV or you're doing something at your desk. Make sure that you're moving around every hour for these 10 minutes. Strategy number 3, not having friends. You need friends. If you don't have friends, it's going to affect your health. Not having friends to socialize with is the same as smoking 15 cigarettes per day. So again, for the reasons I outlined earlier for having a partner, you need someone to interact with, to talk to unload, to clear your mind with. If you're not doing that, it's like smoking 15 cigarettes per day. Strategy number 4, watch less television. For every hour of television you watch after age 25, you shave 22 minutes off your life expectancy. So for people that go home every night and watch Netflix and binge and all this kind of stuff on the weekends, if you're watching 10 hours a day on a Saturday, you're going to lose 10 times 22 minutes, 220 minutes. You're going to lose 4 hours, just under 4 hours of your life expectancy. That's in one day. So every time you're watching a TV show at home on the couch and you watch a show for an hour, you just shave 22 minutes off your life expectancy. So again, watch less television. Strategy number 5, eat a healthier diet. In fact, the number 1 worst food for life expectancy is eating red meat. So in other words, you can eat donuts or candy or any of this other stuff you could think of. It's really bad for you. But red meat is the worst food for your health. It's going to help increase your mortality rates for obvious reasons. It's a lot more difficult to digest, so it puts a lot more stress on your body. So it's going to cause a lot more damage to your organs and to your digestive system. Strategy number 6, stay busy. People that are unemployed have an increased mortality rate of 63%. In fact, a lot of the patients I see in the hospitals that have recently become retired are sick because they retired. I see this all the time. They're telling me, "Hey doc, I've been fine for years. I've been working really strenuously. I've been doing whatever it is they do, and all of a sudden they retire and they all of a sudden start having all sorts of different health disorders. They're having to take all sorts of medications, and they just don't understand it. They're saying, "Hey, what's going on? I'm taking it easy, I'm relaxing now, and I'm getting sicker." Well, that's exactly the problem. You have to make sure that you stay active. Remember, use it or lose it. No matter what age you are, the more inactive you are, the higher risk of mortality is. And especially when you retire, make sure that you have a game plan. So let's say you're working and you're gonna retire, make sure you have a whole list of daily activities and you have a schedule for yourself. I'm gonna swim in the morning, I'm gonna have lunch with my buddies in the afternoon, I'm gonna play chess in the park, I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna just have things to do every day. Don't spend your days at home reading the newspaper or something. Walk out to a park and read the newspaper, do something like that. Make sure you're staying active or it's gonna lower your life expectancy. Strategy number 7, try to get a job closer to your home so you're commuting less. The more you commute, the higher your risk of mortality for obvious reasons. You're at higher risk for getting in car accidents and having physical injuries. But on top of that, when you drive at least an hour or more a day, your anxiety levels are going to increase, your stress levels are going to increase, you're sitting for longer periods of time, and it's taking your time away from you. So that's time that you might be able to be using to go swimming or going walking in the park or going to the gym or engaging in some other type of activity, even a social activity with your friends. So driving is definitely bad for your health. So either move to where your work is or get a job that's close to home, but don't waste your time commuting. That's really bad for your health. Strategy number 8, make sure that you have a regular sex life. Not having a regular sex life will increase your risk for mortality by 50%. Now, sex has a lot of physiological benefits for humans, particularly with your heart. There's a correlation between your sex life and your cardiovascular health. So make sure that you're engaging in regular sex with your partner. Strategy number 9, maintain a healthy social network. People that do not socialize with friends or neighbors or family or whatever the case may be increase their risk of mortality by 2.4 times. So I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of family, but if I'm not making time to hang out with them and do activities with them, I'm not supporting my social network. So it's good to know that you have those people in your life, but you have to actually do things with them. You have to talk to them, you have to go visit them, invite them out for dinner, go play some basketball with them, go for a hike, go on a trip, anything like that. So make sure that you're engaging with your social network. Don't just keep a big book of numbers. Make sure you're doing things with them. Strategy number 10. Now this one I really like because I only sleep on average between 3 and 6 hours a day. But that's usually all I need. I'll go to sleep and I'll sleep as long as I want. And sometimes when I'm on vacation, I'll sleep as little as 2 hours. Now, I attribute that to eating really healthy and exercising on a regular basis. I think it keeps my body really healthy and it helps me not have to sleep as much because there is also a relationship between sleeping less and better health. The better health you are, oftentimes you sleep less. So now we're going to talk about averages though. If you're deficient in sleep, whereas you go to sleep, you're tired, you want to sleep 8 hours, but you're working or you're doing other stuff, you get up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym, so you're missing out on sleep, that is not good. That's really bad. You need to get at least 5 hours of sleep. If you're getting less, you have a higher risk of mortality. If you sleep more than 9 hours, you have a higher risk of mortality. So don't sleep too much either, because then you're missing out again on physical activity. So you don't want to kind of lounge around and sleep too long, or you're going to miss out on things and you're going to increase your risk of mortality. Strategy number 11, don't be afraid of dying. This is something I see really common in patients. A lot of people come up to me, all ages. You'd be surprised, even teenagers. And they'll tell me, hey doc, I'm really scared about this or that, or I'm worried about dying from cancer or global warming, or the food I eat, or I have HIV, or I have cancer, or whatever the case. You just have to come to grips and realize that we're all going to die. I'm going to die, you're going to die, everybody's going to die. And it's okay. It's part of life. If you're not engaging in it already, you need to engage in some type of spiritual activity. Go to some type of church. Whatever your beliefs are, it's totally fine. You're Buddhist, you're Muslim, you're Jewish, you're Catholic, whatever, they're all good. Just practice some type of religion. because that helps you find clarity and understanding on your purpose and where you stand in this world. When you don't engage in some type of religious practice, you kind of, in my opinion, you have a lot more fear, because you have a fear of the unknown. You don't really know where you're going. But if you're Catholic, for example, or some type of Christian, you know, hey, I'm going to go to heaven or I'm going to go to hell. At least you know there's some type of place you're going to. But I think that when you don't know where you might go, that causes a lot more harm for people, and they start obsessing about, oh, am I going to die? Am I going to be sick? Am I going to be this? Don't worry about that stuff. You can't control it. Eat good, exercise, watch some of these videos on how to improve your health. But don't worry about dying. You can't control it. It's going to happen whenever it's your time. So worrying about it is going to help facilitate that process. It's going to increase your anxiety levels, increase your stress levels, and it's going to increase your risk for cancer. A lot of forms of cancer are correlated with different psychological disorders, predominantly stressors, like people that are anxious. So you need to try to cut down your stress and anxiety levels by not worrying about dying. Dying is okay. You're not going to avoid it. It's going to happen anyway. So just accept it and just go with the flow. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please comment below.